Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another battle report for you today. 2,000 points of Orks versus Blood Angels. Mission 6 in the Stulte Mors campaign. This time we have a Planetfall mission. The Orks will be assaulting the capital and the Blood Angels will be defending. So we have 5 objectives, and the Imperials will be holding the central bastions here and all the trenches around it. Orks will be deep striking in and coming on from an edge. We have 1 objective here. 1 objective in the trench system behind the tower, 1 objective in the Aegis wall here, a 4th objective in the tower itself, and the 5th objective is here next to the buildings. So that is the table. Orks will be coming on from this edge and the Imperials will be deploying. We will be back with armies after the Blood Angels have deployed, and we will walk down what each faction is bringing. Alright, walking down armies, the Blood Angels are split between the table and reserves. We're going to go ahead and start here with the reserve part.
So in reserve, I have a Furioso Dreadnought with a drop pod with a Deathwind launcher. The Furioso has a frag cannon, heavy flamer, and Magna grapple. Then I have 2 assault squads with 2 melta guns, a veteran sergeant with power fist. They're identical, both of them are the same. Then I have 10 Death Company with jump packs. One guy has a Thunderhammer and a Bolter, and they're being led by my Warlord, who is Chaplain with a jump pack. His Warlord trait was Heroic Bearing, so everyone within 12 inches of him is fearless. On the table, I have 2 identical Bell Predators. They have heavy bolter sponsons and dozer blades. I have 2 Razorback squads. The 5-man squads are inside of either of the gun bastions on the Fortress of Redemption. They have 5 tactical marines with a plasma gun. Their Razorbacks are las cannon twin-link plasma gun Razorbacks. Then I have a tactical squad, 10 men strong, in a Rhino. They have a flamer, heavy flamer, a veteran sergeant with a combi flamer, and a power fist. And a Vindicator rounds out the last of the stuff on the board. The Vindicator is fast and has a siege shield.
Alrighty, so that is the Blood Angels half. I'll be back with the Orks in just a moment. Next up we have the Ork half. These are the Orks that will be making Planetfall and or driving on from the board edge. We have 30 shooter boys, 3 big shooters, and a knob with a power claw and a boss pole as standard. 4 def copters with twin-linked rocket launches. 29 grots with 2 runt herds. One of them has a squig hound. We've got 10 burner boys, 15 storm boys with a knob with a claw and a boss pole. 15 looters. 5 mega knobs with 2 combi scorches. They are in a wagon with a reinforced ram and 2 shooters. We have 15 tank busters with 3 bomb squigs. They have a boss knob with a claw and a boss pole. They are in a battle wagon with 2 shooters and a kill cannon. And then for my HQs, I have the standard war boss. He is my warlord. He has bellowing tyrant as his warlord trait. He has a power claw, a twin shooter, the lucky stick, an attack squig, and a boss pole. Then I have a big mech in mega armor with a custom mega blaster, a power claw, and a boss pole of his own. He will be running with the looters. So that is the Ork half. We'll be back after turn 1. Orks have the first turn. They will launch their Firestorm. Actually, I guess we'll be back after that. We'll show the Firestorm, and then we will show what the Orks have done when they roll onto the table. Be back following the Firestorm. Firestorm rolls to an end. A very effective bit of ordnance from the Orks. I don't know if I explained the rules, so I'll go ahead and explain them again. For each bunker building that they take, get 1 bombardment plus D3. I rolled a 1 on the D3. So I got 5 bombardments. We used one of them completely scattered off. We aimed at this Bell Predator. It scattered down here. The second one hit. We did nothing to this bunker, but we did shake the Bell Predator and knock a hull point out. Second one hit here, shook this Razorback and knocked a hull point out. We had a succession of 2 more hit here. The 2 between that and the one that was over here, we managed to wreck this Razorback. The Vindicator is immobilized and shaken, and this bunker has lost a hull point. So incredibly accurate firestorm. But the Blood Angels are still very much intact and bunkered up. Reserves are their main strength in this mission anyway. So we will bring the Orks on and be back following Ork turn 1. Ork turn 1 has come to an end. Fairly good turn for them. Most of the stuff came on from the edge. Tank Buster boys and Rocket boys fired here at this wagon. Everything becomes a wagon when I play Orks. Hit it with all 4 rockets from the tank, the Death Coptus, but he stopped all 4 damage results with the cover, so we both rolled very well there. Tank Bustus fired next, hit it and got 1 penetrator through, which busted the treads and immobilized it. Any flamers that can't get to my Orks works for me. No damage across the center. Spent the turn running with the Grots and the Shooter boys, trying to get to them bunkers. Ludas came on, fired at this Bell Predator and failed to do anything. Everything got stopped by cover, but the Storm boys deep struck in here and charged into play here and wrecked it out with their first bout of choppa attacks. So some smoke pouring from the field. Space Marines are about to bring on their drop pod and respond, and we will be back after the bottom of turn 1. Blood Angels respond. Drop pod lands here, fires his frag cannon, causes 10 wounds, or 14 wounds, 12 wounds, of which I makes 4 armor saves. Heavy Flamer kills 2 more. Make a bunch of cover from the snap firing Predator, which hit with all 4 assault cannon shots, but I made all but 1 of my cover saves. Plasma gun wounded, but Knob was able to shunt just enough wounds. I've got him with 1 wound and 2 boys left. We're going to go try to find us another tank direct. The Shooter boys are pretty much out of the fight now. They took a hit from the weapon here that landed on their knob, blew the knob and 4 other boys to pieces. So they got their knobs shot off. They are sitting as ablative wounds at this point, most likely. A little bit of incidental fire here. Nothing happened. Lost Arnie the Grot to a Vindicator shell. That was about it. These Marines moved over to the central bunker to shoot out here. So maybe I can get some Flamer boys in this turn. We will be back after Ork turn 2. Ork turn 2 has ended. I made a flub and was only able to bring my war boss on here. I'm used to the days of being able to bring him on any point in the movement phase, so I made a mistake there. But the boss did roll on. He's in the corner. Looters moved up, fired on the Dreadnought to no effect. Shooter boys moved up with not much to do. Grots kept these guys from getting through, but I keep forgetting, the Death Coptus flew up and wrecked this. The kill cannon killed 3 or 4 of the Marines, or 3, and then the big shooter from here fired a couple of pot shots, killed a 4th Marine. They fell back. Tried to charge, but lost a bike and a half on Overwatch. So those Marines are going to be regrouping this turn. Tank Busters fired here. Rockets did nothing, but the Bomb Squig finished the Vindicator off. The surviving Storm boys went in and wrecked the other Bell Predator. Luckily, no explosion. So, Space Marine Reserve's about to come in, and we will see how things go from there. Be back after Space Marine turn 2. Blood Angels turn 2 rolls to an end. They get 1 squad of Assault Marines and the Death Company. Death Company drop in the backfield to prepare for a charge and run up. The other squad lands here. They tried to land in front of the boss's ride to blow it up with Meltifire. Scattered off, got 1 hit but failed to pin. He did hit with this las cannon, failed to penetrate the armor. That las cannon glanced it, but it bounced off because the drop pod was giving me cover along the way. So, boss survived intact, oddly enough. Storm boys did go down. I think everybody saw that coming. Dreadnought moved over, killed 2. They broke, fell back, and he charged me and cut me to ribbons. I think the bigger surprise is that I survived it all. These guys moved back up and ran to try to get some cover from the kill cannon, and were unable to fire there. So, that is the end of Blood Angels turn 2. We will be back when the Orks respond in the top of turn 3. Ork turn 3 rolls to an end. The Flama boys, Burnas, come on with them, and the box shoot the guys down to 2 men. We charged in. Hammer of Wrath killed the Heavy Flamer, though we did take another wound in the process. The Power Fist wounded a bike, but we were unable to wound him back. So all the bikes are wounded. We're stuck in combat with him after a drawn combat. tank busters got their glory, charged into these 2 bunkers, hit them with melt-a-bombs, blew this one up, everybody inside died, blew this one up, a ton of tank busters died, but as they say, they knew the risks when they took the job. The war boss and his knobs charged the drop pod and destroyed it. Multi-charged this. The war boss knocked 3 hull points out of this bunker, and then the overwhelming slew of boys here threw about 90 attacks in and chopped up the survivors of that assault squad after it got shot up by the DACA elements there. So 2 of the 4 bunkers went down. The 3rd one is damaged. Objectives are still kind of up in the air, but the tank busters made their glory known, made their presence felt. We will be back after Blood Angels turn 3. Blood Angels turn 3 finished. Assault squad came in, threaded the needle, landed, but spent all their time thinking about it. Scored 2 hits with the melta-guns on the tank. 1 pinned it, but only managed to roll a 1, so I am stunned. 1 of them glanced. So the wagon's still in it, but it is stunned, so no cannon this turn. The sergeant here managed to beat 1 guy to death. Orcs promptly cowed down and ran, and he cut them down, so they're done. The death company charged in, and no surprise there, mopped up these shooter boys. This crazy dude killed 2 boys up front and rended a knob to death with 2 hits from his frag storm cannon. But luckily he was only able to get 1. Boss did take a wound from a las cannon here. That was the extent of it. So things are getting sparse on both sides. We will be back after Orc turn 4. Orc turn 4 rolls to an end rather. Grot circled these guys up and fired, but were unable to cause any damage. Only got 2 or 3 wounds and didn't do anything there. Snap fired this, and the other wagon moved here and fired on the death company along with the mega knobs and the ludas. Killed 2 or 3, 4 in the shooting, and then we charged them with all of this plus the tank busters, and that cleaned them up. We lost 2 ludas to the Thunderhammer. Big Mech challenged and fought the chaplain, but the chaplain's wounds bounced off of his armor, and he took the 2 hits on his squad from the death company because one of them was in base as well. Mega Knobs then cleaned that up. So Warlord and the death company go down there. The flamers off of the burner boys cut this guy down to secure this objective. We're waiting to see what this dreadnought and this squad does. Right now the Orcs are holding the Orcs are holding that one, and the one there in the tower, and this one, and I think we're within 3 of this one. So we've got 4 maybe, if not 3, and the Blood Angels are well within control of that one. So that is the end of Orc turn 4. Be back with Blood Angels in the bottom of the turn. Blood Angels turn 4 rolls to an end. Assault squad jumps from here and makes their assault here, wipes out the ludas and the mech. The mech challenged but was unable to land a blow, and the sergeant finished him, so they broke and died. So that takes the ludas out of the picture. The dreadnought charged the battle wagon here and blew it up. Tactical squad fell back from the roof of their building that is near imminent demise, and the Razorback fired through the gap here but was unable to score a hit. So that rounds out the turn. Orcs turn 5 coming up. Orc turn 5 rolls to an end. The Grots move up to take the objective here as the tank busters go off looking for more glory. They're never satisfied. They fire there, don't manage any hits. They're too shooken up and high-fiving, still over-wrecking the bunkers. The war boss and his Mega Knob bully boys went into this assault squad and cleaned their clocks, backed off here because we didn't get enough consolidation to make it back to the objective. That is it for the top of turn 5. Also, the burner boys moved around behind the wall. That way, if anybody started throwing any DACA their direction, they'd have a cover save. So that is the end of the top of 5. Blood Angels will respond, and we'll see if this madness goes any further. Turn 5 comes to an end. The tactical squad backed off to hold the objective there in their home trench. The Razorback moved over here, used its Blood Angel super speed to get to this objective. Dreadnought moved out to try a buzzer beater here, hoping the game would end. Needed what? Probably a 2 or a 2, rolled a 1. So right now he holds 2 objectives, I hold 2. I have first blood and slay the Warlord. So if the game ends now, it is 8-6 in favor of the Orcs. If he had made that, it would have been 9-6 or potentially 10-6 or 9-8 or 10 to 8, depending whether he could get line breakers. So that charge roll plus a buzzer beater time would have been bad for the Orks. We're going to roll to see if it goes to turn 6, and it does not. So the game ends there. Unfortunately, we were both having a ton of fun. This has been a great game start to finish. So 8-6 in favor of the Orks. An absolute bloodbath. Everything's dead for both armies. And the objectives are tied. The Orks squeaked by on secondary points. So can't complain with a game like that. Excellent start to finish. We will have after action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. And to those of you who have subscribed, thank you. We have hit 40 subscribers this week, which isn't much in YouTube terms, but for us, that is a pretty good number. So we are thankful for those of you who are watching the videos. We enjoy making them for you guys. And like I said, if you like it, you want to see more, like and subscribe, share the video. And we promise in the future we're going to have some painted armies for you. Got some stuff in the works right now to get this stuff finished. So we will see you guys next time. And as always, thanks for watching.